This episode and our long, beautiful hair is brought to you by Bondi Boost. You can find our favorite HG shampoo and conditioner along with some of our favorite heat tools online at bondiboost.com or at Sephora and Ulta Beauty.
The gals are going to attempt to really lean into their winter arc. And I don't know how you say it. It's like we're entering our winter arc. We're in the winter arc. This is the winter arc.
Embracing our winter arc.
It's kind of like October 1st is the new January 1st. Yeah, we're locking in. So by January 1.
You're there now. So what are you going to do? Like sit and cry about it?
No,
like,
exactly.
Like,
I lost it.
After that, you're going to be unstoppable.
Hello, you guys. What's up? Welcome back to Gals in the Go podcast. It's Danielle.
And Brooke. We are so excited to be in the studio today.
We're both in our cozy turtlenecks today.
Sleeveless.
Yeah, we're both in sleeveless turtlenecks because it's that kind of weather.
The transitional.
Yeah. It's definitely the transitional weather where this morning I was so cold. Not so cold, but it was like 50 and now it's like 65 and sunny. So it's like, how does one dress for that?
A light jacket.
Yeah. And I'm like trying to remember how much we need to love this time because there's going to be a time come that we can't just like add on a light jacket. It's like we need a wool coat.
And a scarf.
And gloves, hand warmers.
Yeah, hand warmer. Oh my gosh, it's almost hand warmer season.
Yeah, I'm like really not ready for it. But then like I've been seeing those TikToks where it's like, 25 days until New York feels like this.
Oh yeah.
I love
the videos of the street. But I feel that way currently with the leaves and everything.
Yes.
I love that when you walk down the street
fall.
And you see the decor and it's like.
I know. I'm wanting more foliage. Like when are these trees gonna die? Like no kids. One of these leaves gonna fall.
Like in the next 2 weeks and then it's over pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it's also like we don't want it to come too soon because then it's gone. Like it's like, what do you do? Yeah. But we're actually going to be talking about later in this episode about winter arc, that whole idea of like
whole deep dive on this subject.
Yeah, we really the gals are going to attempt to really lean into their winter arc, and basically the idea is we'll get more into it later, but like getting ahead of the New Year's resolution goals and really getting ahead on your goals now. So I just repeated myself, but that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna talk about that later, how we're gonna really benefit
from the October to December period when most people are unfocused. We're locking in.
Yeah, we're locking in. So by January 1, we're already ripped. And I'm kidding.
Routine is already established.
We don't even need to make the mood board. Like, I mean, I love the idea of it, Topper, but we'll see how it goes. So we'll get into that. But we do obviously have to plug Gals in the Go live shows.
We do. That's why we're locked in. I feel
that's why we're locked in. We're in training. We're training for Eras Tour.
Basically,
literally.
We are about to go on our tour. Our tour is beginning. Our Who Is She tour, completely new show from the last shows. If you've come to a previous Gals in the Go show, it's completely new material.
Yes. Oh my God, it's going to be so fun. The segments that we have planned, we come in the crowd, we're talking to you guys. Like I can't stress enough how like interactive it is.
Yes.
Which we've gotten feedback from so many of you guys, like how much you love it and you feel like it's so different, and that means a lot to us. And so we took that feedback and we said, we'll do even more. Like, we'll keep going with that.
Totally. It's a fun night, lots of laughs. You come alone, bring your boyfriend.
A lot of people come alone.
It's very normal to come alone. I can't stress enough. Actually, you'll probably leave with friends. Can't guarantee, but I would assume so. Most people do.
100%. Wear your Saturday night best. Most of our shows are on a Friday night, I think. But the vibes. Your weekend your girls' night out attire. And we are just so excited. So you want to read off the cities?
Yes, I'll list off the cities because we're probably coming somewhere near you.
Yeah.
So Philly will be there November 7th. New York. That's gonna be December 6th. That's like our big holiday shebang. So please come.
Oh my God. There's parking nearby. You could take the train. It's such a fun activity. Or like make it a day where you do like all the festive things in the city before and then dinner and show.
Love it. It's
I'm sorry,
magical.
We just planned it for you.
Yeah, perfect. And New York will be very like holiday by then. But like not too chaotic. I feel like it gets busier closer to like actual Christmas.
Yep.
So that's a good time to.
That's why we did this a little earlier this year. Yeah.
Good then we're hitting the West Coast in the new year. So we're going to Irvine, California on January 16th and San Francisco on the 17th. And then we're going to Miami on January 23rd, Atlanta, January 25th, Boston.
Oh my gosh.
Galentine's, that's going to be February 13th.
That show is selling fast. So
Yeah.
if you're trying to come to Boston, come soon. And like, I mean, it's Brooke's return to Boston.
I
So
know.
pretty crazy.
It's a really great venue too. I'm really excited about that
I've
one.
always
Oh,
heard of this. The Wilbur,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's a great, oh my gosh, we're going to have some fun. St. Louis is going to be February 20th, Chicago the 21st, Cincinnati the 22nd. It's going to be a little chilly, but we're going to have fun. In the
I'm
Midwest.
ready for the
Yeah.
Midwest. We love the Midwest so much.
Oh my gosh, you guys are the best there.
Yeah.
Best energy.
Yeah.
But you're also great in Texas.
Yeah. We love you, Texas.
Yeah. Houston, that's a new city for us. We're
Yeah,
excited.
we've gotten so many messages about Houston. So we were like, and actually Houston's a one that I've gotten lots of messages about. They are scared because they want to come alone. I'm like, there's a lot of girlies going
Yeah.
solo to Houston. So just comment on one of our recent photos, or like people find each other.
Totally.
For
I
sure.
feel like people comment and then it starts a thread and then they're like DMing and stuff.
Yeah,
totally.
definitely.
So that's going to be March 6th. And then Dallas is going to be the next night, March 7th. And that's going to be it for a second. Like we have no more shows after this plan. So like
No.
if you're like, I want to see the gals, you know, in the next.
The gals
like,
are going to
you gotta
retire and
come.
move to Florida. No, I'm kidding.
That's it. We're done.
That's it. We're done. Goodbye. No, but this was a big one for us. So it's going to be a very hot minute. We
Yeah.
can assure you. So definitely make a trip out of it. So fun. Like I love when you guys post stories talking about the show and getting your tickets. Like it means the world to us, and there's fun drinks. Like it's seriously like such a fun night. Like you will not regret going, because it's just like, oh my God, we're all hanging out in real life together.
Yeah, it's
IRL.
fun. IRL. Little surprises at each show.
Yes.
You know, people popping in and stuff.
People
so,
popping in.
People popping.
People popping. Well, thank you for that, Brooke.
Oh my gosh, of course. So I just completed, I feel like I just like finished an essay and like threw the pen down. Like,
And ran out the door.
I just finished Tell Me Lies season 2 in preparation for this.
And that was such a fun surprise for me. I didn't even know. I know you've
Yeah.
seen it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I didn't know you were watching season 2 yet. So like, what a treat.
I just have seen so much about it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I was
same,
subjecting
yeah.
myself to spoilers left and right, which, you know, I don't really mind so much.
You
but
don't
they're-
mind too much.
They're everywhere though. Like,
And sometimes with spoilers, if you're not watching the show yet, they don't really register.
Mhm.
I feel like have you seen any of season 2, or did you just start season 2?
no, I saw maybe like 4 episodes of
Yeah.
season 2 like 2 weeks ago. I watched it.
Okay,
Or
yeah.
2 or 3 weeks ago. I had a day where I watched it all. It's not an uplifting watch.
No.
No, I wouldn't say that, but I would say also, can we talk about how dark it is? Like you have to like close the blinds.
Yes.
Like you are like, if it's the middle
The
of the
glare
day,
of
it's
the
nighttime.
sun.
It's you gotta, because it's very like dim, which I know it's supposed to be like for the vibe. It's like
Yes.
dark energy.
Yeah.
but-
No, it's definitely like dark. I guess we should say like there's going to be spoilers in this, so just skip like a couple minutes, right?
Yeah. But it's a fantastic show. Tell Me Lies on Hulu. It's everywhere. I feel like it's unavoidable at this point.
It's,
Like,
my whole
yeah.
TikTok For You page, and I'm so happy about it. I have to say that soundtrack does something to me. The dun dun. Oh my God, like you know some shit's about to go
Yeah.
down.
It's got great music in general, I feel like, because it's like the early 2000s. I mean, the fashion, everything about it is so like they did such a good
The
job. at it.
BlackBerry phones.
Yep. And the sidekick. Like, they
Yes,
did such
the
a good
sidekick.
job.
The razors, I mean, they like really hit it all. Razor phones. Okay, well, so I finished it last night, so we're both very, very fresh.
Yeah.
What are your like initial thoughts about like the
initial
ending?
thoughts. It's very different from the book too, I will say.
Well,
Like,
isn't the second season like that's not part of the book?
Yeah, like
yeah,
it stopped. Like there was no
They-
sequel. Like there was no. Yeah, so I didn't really like.
Yeah, we
didn't
kind of
know
all
what was
just
coming.
raw dogging it.
Lucy. Let's talk about Lucy.
Lucy.
Lucy. I like you want to love her.
I
You
know.
want to root for her, and there are moments of her where you're like, she's
She's trying to do the right thing.
And I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of this season I was like, okay, this is her redemption arc.
Yes.
And then she just
Arc.
fucking takes that and smashes it under her shoe and says, fuck you all. Like,
No,
this woman.
Leo and Steven in the same day was wild. Same
I
hour.
know. I know.
I mean, it's so funny because I even noticed. I was like, wow, like she's just in the same outfit, same underwear, like just going.
She was like definitely having an episode of sorts, because then she went right to Leo after. Like
Right.
she felt so guilty, I feel like, about what she
Because she
did.
tried to
Yes.
call her friends first. So I'm like, was she just wanting to reach out to someone and then none of them are answering? So then she went to Leo?
I think she just needed it. I feel like that's the whole concept here, is like she does a lot of the stuff for like attention and like kind of like
Yeah.
a lot of them.
They're all, I mean, this is a crazy school, I have to say. I've never, like, usually there's one or two people that are like, whoa, that's kind of wild. But everyone's got something going on.
Every single person is like twisted.
I'm so in though. Like, I need season 3 tomorrow.
I know. It's really great. So what do you think about I always forget Diana. Like, I want to call her Meghan Markle because she legitimately is Meghan Markle in my brain.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, beautiful.
Obviously, I feel like no one really liked her last season, but now I'm like, I saw this TikTok. She played chess. Everyone else played checkers.
Exactly.
She knew, because I was like, he did that to Macy. Why are you still with him?
She was 10 moves ahead. And when Lucy like slapped her and stuff, she wasn't so mad.
No, she cool reacted. She was like, it's fine. Bye.
Yeah,
Steven,
she literally wasn't even like phased.
No, she was genius. I also like knew immediately that she totally lied about her LSAT score. I was like, no, like you were studying so like, no, I don't believe this for a second. Also, like, but then like when she actually didn't go to Thanksgiving, I was like, maybe her dad really is mad at her. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I have other thoughts.
I wasn't sure about the LSAT of it all because I do feel like she did a good job of being like, no, I don't want to talk about it. Like, it didn't go so well for me. Yeah, Steven has like I can't even begin to talk about
unpack Steven.
No, it's just too complex and like he's
diabolical.
Truly like sick in that. I mean,
sick in the head. That. But like, when you see Steven and Lucy together, you're like, all right, or no? Are you like, come on?
There's moments where I'm like, these two deserve each other. Like after all that they've done,
they're best for each other at this point.
In 2015, like when we're at like the current day, like wedding era, like they probably should be together.
Yeah,
like,
at this point, if you're still gonna like the pool scene, I was like, if we're still doing that shit, like you guys just need to date. That was wild. Like I need to see you.
With the current her current boyfriend.
I was not crazy about Max ever for her, so that worked out for me. I loved Leo though.
I know, but he had his own set of issues though.
Which we never like. Why was he so intense?
He said that he like grew up with in a household like where he saw like because I saw like he apologized. That was when they were like breaking up.
One of the time. Yeah.
The very last.
Not
the final. The like after
one
Lucy
before
slapped
Diana.
Meghan Markle. After she slapped her, and then like there was like the whole explosion.
Yeah.
I felt like he got madder at her than she should have been madder at him.
I was like, excuse
I know. That's why I was like, okay, so maybe he does suck. But he was like, I grew up. She was like, we never talked about why you get so physical and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like,
I totally blanked at that.
Yeah, and he was like, okay, it's like what I'm used to. I'm used to like that being the thing that like I can like end the argument or like I can end, basically.
Which is weird though, because then he'd be like, but you're so toxic. Like, why are you? But it's like, you both have your shit.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And Lucy's 100% toxic, but so is he. Like, he clearly had his past too.
I like won't get into the graphics, but when Steven goes up to Leo and is like, how does, same panties? I was like, I lost it. I lost it.
I feel like that was also him like asking, like
he was asking to get beat up.
Oh, he knew. Like I feel like he was so like you know how some people get numb and they just like want to feel something, like and they say like to feel something they like take extreme measures.
Yes,
I feel like he was taking extreme measures and he knew he wanted to get like.
Do you think
knocked out
in let's say in 2015, the current time for the show?
Yeah.
Do you think at that point he loves Lucy? When he sends the voice
I don't
memo.
even know if he ever does. Is he capable of love? Like, I truly don't know if I believe that he seems so like not human processing emotions.
Yeah.
I feel like it's all a game to him. Like
he's just crazy. And he keeps saying, I'm not like my mom. I'm not like my mom. When the sister gets to see like how he acts, I'm like, good. Let your sister see.
Yes.
It is crazy though. Like when in any point during the season when like Lucy walks in a room or he walks in a room and they're both in the same room and they make eye contact, I'm like, oh, holy shit. And I think it's because they date in real life.
Yeah.
So their chemistry is just palpable. I'm like,
know.
woo! They just look at each other and I actually don't even find him to be attractive per se.
No, me neither. I think that's the point too.
You think?
That it's like he's just like
he
manipulative and like
so
has
mean.
It's so mean.
Like Wrigley, I can't even get into the Wrigley and Drew. Like I just saw that coming. That was just sick and heartbreaking.
Okay, so should we talk about the big twist at the end? Did you see that coming?
At the audio message?
Yeah.
Yes, I actually filmed a video of myself before it happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
and you predicted it.
Yeah, I was like, he's gonna play. I thought he was gonna play it on
for everyone to hear.
Yeah. Wait, can I just play it as a little soundbite? It's like 5 seconds.
This is when it's in present day at Bree and
Evan's wedding.
I always forget his name too. Brie and Evan's wedding, and Steven reveals that
the Brie
6 years ago or 5 years ago, whatever it was, Lucy and him
had sex.
Right now, holy shit, they're at the wedding now for Brie and Evan. I am so scared that Steven's been saving that audio recording of Evan saying that he and Lucy hooked up. And if they play it at the wedding right now, Steven is unwell in the head. This happens.
And then, so they didn't play
you really
it.
made a prediction.
I was like, I really thought I was doing something.
Yeah, I'm mastermind in this.
Because I noticed it because he took the audio recording, but then they went to the present day. I'm like, oh, so this is going to get handled here.
Yeah.
Whew.
Now, what do you think happens? Like, what POV or Brie? Like, what do you do?
POV or Brie? I think she's still going to get married to him, personally.
And I think she was already having doubts and stuff. So I'm like, this is your out. Like, go. Like, you know, because when she was like on the phone, like in the other room.
Who do you think that was?
I thought it was
Oliver,
the
teacher. I thought it was too. But see, this is good because I like have seen some TikToks and now my mind has changed. I thought it was Oliver. I don't think it could still be Oliver. But a lot of people think it's Steven. Because when he sent the audio message, you see they were texting earlier. I mean, none of the texts were crazy. It was like, hey, rehearsal dinner's at blah, blah. And he said, see you there. But it's kind of weird. Like, why would they be texting about that? Because they never interact ever in the show. But that also could just be the production company. Like, we just need a couple filler texts.
Just be like,
I don't know.
I think it's
we didn't even talk about the
boyfriend. Like, it's the equivalent. I mean, he was the best man. So
who? Oh, Steven.
Yeah. So, right? Wasn't he the best man?
Probably.
He gave a speech at the rehearsal dinner or whatever it was. Okay,
he
so
was at least a
wedding.
groomsman, regardless.
So you would have some text, perhaps, like with your friend. Like, I mean,
that's true.
There's definitely some of like
that's a good
friends that I feel like I've texted just to be like, hey, you coming? Stuff like that. General.
I feel like the obvious thing is Oliver,
or it's not Oliver, but like maybe she repeats the pattern of like dating older guys. Like who we don't know, right? Like maybe because that ended tragically. When
the teacher stuff?
Yeah. Some of that was in the book. I feel like I remember.
Oh, I don't remember that.
No, maybe I'm like hallucinating.
No, you remember things way better than I do. So that would make sense if they like pulled that in to like keep it a little
open.
Like maybe she like thought one of them were cute or something. Like I don't know.
No, right. Like the open marriage and the
like all that. Oh, maybe.
Well, that was in the book. I thought her hooking up. Was it not? Okay, now I'm like, I'm not sure.
No, trust me, you're more on the dot than me because I read it forever ago.
Me too.
Before 2022. So, but you have a better memory with books, like, which is so impressive because you read so many. I'm like, how?
Sometimes it takes like me jogging the memory though, and then
we'll have to find out.
Like, Anyways,
the teacher stuff. Did you? I kind of had this thought that she knew, but the way she would like talk to Brie,
and be like subtle and be like, well, especially when she did the earring thing and
sent me.
Yeah, I know.
That was crazy. I feel like at the end when Brie finds out that they knew and she's so mad, I'm like, you should be so thankful that this woman isn't like canceling you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like she could have ruined that Brie's life.
Totally. She could have been like, look, you did all these things. I know everything about you because we talked about you. And And well, she could have like reported. I mean, I guess it would have been her husband that got in trouble. Yeah.
But I'm like, when she was about to walk in, when she was like getting dressed still, I was like, holy shit. Wow, this just happened to you like an hour ago. Like, just an hour ago. You were.
And she was like sniffing her perfumes and like,
that was weird.
Being like a freak. Yeah.
Like, having sex in their bed.
I know.
I'm like, let's just go to the couch at least.
I know. But I do understand how your emotions could get like clouded. So like, I don't blame her for like getting so into it and then being like, no, like we will be together. Like, you know, and she convinced herself like,
I should be married.
And that guy fucking sucks. He was just the worst on all levels. Also, like, how interesting is he? Like, I don't know. That part when they're at the bar, that was crazy.
Bring a girl to a different bar, or bring her.
Like the bartender was like, like she doesn't look.
Bring her to a bar that doesn't ID or something. Yeah. I literally hid behind my blanket. Mm-hmm. I like couldn't. I had secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, and she was like looking at Brie, like being like, get out. Basically, like, are you good?
The drama.
Yeah. Wow. And then when she tells people that she was dating someone who's 45, like when she told Evan, when she told Evan like he's 45, Evan was like, are you okay? And she was like, oh my God, so mad about it. But I could see how you could get into a situation like that and be so blinded by like, no, he loves me, oh my God,
he saved me, because she was like so sad that night, and he was like, hey, Brie. Such a good show. Oh my God.
With the accent. So you think that they will get married?
I do.
In
How about you?
conclusion.
That day, I think she'll walk, but I don't know.
And then do you think she's going to tell Lucy that she knows or hide that information and pretend?
I kind of feel like she's going to like oust Lucy and marry Evan. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe she won't care at that point.
I feel like she's going to go, yeah, maybe they'll get married and like she'll go along with the whole day and pretend like, you know, she's fine and then like save it in her back pocket to.
Yeah, they love to save things in their back
I
pocket
know.
on the show.
They have like evidence, like a folder of like evidence. Like I feel like I used to do that shit in like high school and be like, I have evidence. Like,
no, it's crazy. Like they just have all these things in their back pocket.
Yeah. That is so wild though, because then I started thinking about like how deeply hurtful that is for Brie, like actually like
oh my God,
her best friend. Like I started thinking about it and I started like being
when
like,
it was
oh
actually
my God,
happening.
this is
yeah,
so crazy.
No, it's so sad.
And the lengths that like Lucy went through to like hide it, I feel like too. Like she was actively being like changing the subject or like being like, oh no, he's great, you should date.
Yeah. I gotta say, like those three girls, yes, they've gone through hard times together. They're not the best of friends to each other.
Definitely not.
They're not. Like if you're like, I wouldn't look to them and be like, that's what I want my friendship to be like. They all backstab each other in different ways. So
actually,
don't tell each
Pippa's
other.
the best friend, I would say.
Pippa's like the most loyal. If
Every
anything,
time.
she doesn't share some things, but like,
no, she keeps it in. But I would say every time something happens, like Pippa, like, you know, someone storms out of there and Pippa falls.
You're so
down.
right.
Like she's the one to like,
yeah,
like
you're
be
so
like, I'll deal with her.
Yeah, like I got it.
I know.
Yeah,
even though the blonde hair was sending me, but it was so that time period though.
It was
like so.
It
like,
was that time, like the lip kits and the. I think it was like that, or no,
it was even earlier than that. It was like I feel like that was like, you know, flip phones and just it was early 2000.
Yeah, I guess we were a little like 2008. I was in middle school maybe or younger.
Yeah, I feel like I like looked at my cousins, like with my older cousins with their sidekicks and like what they would wear.
Their highlights.
So cool.
Like, they get highlights. Like, God,
classic.
No, that show is so good. Like now I'm like, what
will fill the void? I don't know.
I need another toxic show.
Oh, it needs to be like a series. Oh, we have to keep an eye out. I guess
you guys will have to let us know. Like, I love when people are like, if you liked this show,
then you would like this.
Yeah, I do appreciate that a lot. I just realized how like turned into you.
I know we're locked in.
I'm not cheating out.
That's okay.
That's okay.
We're locked in.
You gal pals already know how much Brooke and I love our Bondi Boost HG shampoo and conditioner, but if you didn't, let me remind you, it's an aloe-based wash day duo for hair that won't seem to grow. It's lightweight, but seriously so hydrating, and it's a sulfate and silicone-free shampoo and conditioner that will boost hydration while fighting signs of thinning, shedding, and hair loss, which I feel like is something that me and my friends are literally always talking about, and I always bring up Bondi Boost. It's naturally powered by their HG signature blend of rosemary, saw palmetto, nettle leaf, and horsetail extracts to weightlessly stimulate the scalp and strands for longer, stronger, healthier hair. I've been using Bondi Boost for over a year. I do have hair extensions, and I literally do use each week my Bondi Boost HG shampoo and conditioner because I feel like my hair is growing with these extensions and the goal is to be able to take my extensions out. So, and I'm doing pretty well so far. I seriously love this stuff so much. It smells so good. It feels like it's working. It's affordable, $24 for each or $43 for a bundle with both the shampoo and conditioner. So if you use code GALS20 for 20% off your order on BondiBoost.com or stop in your local Ulta Beauty to pick up.
Okay, should we do our current favorite then?
Yes.
Unless it is Tell Me Lies.
I mean, I'm sure it's both of ours, but I do have something I could talk about.
Yes, of course.
I am loving this brand called The Art of Broth. It's a sipping broth that I saw this girl on TikTok, the founder of this company, and it was genius because sometimes I'm just craving, like, I love when you just like have soup in your hand and you just, not in your hand, but soup, yeah, you know, just burning hot soup in your hand in a cup and you're just sipping it. Like I notice if I'm like feeling under the weather or if I'm like kind of hungry but not, like I'm just needing a little something, I often will like make a cup of coffee or tea, but this is hitting. Have you seen these? The sipping broth?
You post it, and then I've seen it a few times.
Seen her,
since.
like, yeah. It's so delicious. Like if you love like just sipping like chicken broth or which I've never done before, but it's really great. I have the Thai lemongrass flavor and the chicken broth flavor, and they come in little tea packs. Like
it's so convenient.
Like tea bags. So you just put it in and brew it for 3 minutes. And like yesterday I was like not really ready for dinner, but I was just eating something. It was perfect. It's like 10 to 14 calories. So it doesn't keep you full very long.
But it's like for the flavor more.
Yes,
so.
it's the flavor. It's so good. Like it's very perfect for this time of year. So I actually brought one on my flight recently. And when I was like, they come around the beverage cart, I ordered hot water and I put my own bag in and I had my little soup on the plane.
Amazing.
I know.
Bring your own noodles separately.
I know. You throw some ramen in there. Like it's just a whole thing. So highly recommend. I've like got a few people to buy them this week. Like some of my friends.
Wow,
like, wait, that's so lovely. How about you?
Yeah, it's not related, but my mom forever ago tried to get me. It's like a brand that she reps into. It's called Lono Life, and it's powdered bone broth. So you might be interested in that.
Yes, and bone broth actually has like benefits. So that sounds really lovely.
But it's the same concept. I think you could just put it in hot water. Maybe it requires a little bit more.
Bono?
Lono Life is the name.
Why did I say Bono?
Because I said bone broth and I said Lono Life.
I put them together.
And she would always be like, do this. And then like I was like, that seems so like random. And then I saw everyone on TikTok. I was like, I swapped my coffee for bone broth.
Oh, wow. I don't know about swap, but I see the appeal.
I know. I could see how it gives you like, keeps you satiated in a way.
Yeah.
That, like, I don't want to say gives you energy, but you know, like that's why you eat, right? Like,
yeah.
To give you energy.
To fuel yourself. Lono
so
Life.
Yeah. So maybe that's your next, because I know you're on your protein.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you see the memes? It's like, I got to quit my job to focus on getting my protein
intake. No, it's a full-time job. Like I can't. I never hit it like ever. It's crazy.
Yep. I think it is a full-time job.
It is. It's like you gotta like have like get it all calculated, like weigh your meat, make sure you have enough like to eat. Oh my god,
over 100 grams. That is because I was looking at protein shakes. Like most protein shakes that like I have some in my fridge right now. That they just showed up.
Yeah, they just showed up. You've always got
great, which is great. 20 grams of protein.
Yeah,
I'm like you have to have 5. And you're not supposed to have 5 of those. You're supposed to get it from other sources too. But I'm like, that just gets, and like eggs, I think they're like 6 grams each or something so small. So it's like, where's it coming from?
The meat, I don't even know. Like,
you must have to supplement with like other powders and stuff, right?
Yeah.
There must be a. All right. My favorite is also a drink. The vanilla cardamom, I think that's how you say it, cold brew from Trader Joe's.
Whoa.
So I only get, Trader Joe's has like one specific type of like iced coffee cold brew that I like, and has like a red cap, and it's like the just like classic whatever. The other ones to me, they taste like battery acid. They are too strong, like that like acidic cold brew. This one's smooth. And then people were like, Brooke, you got to try. They came out with a vanilla flavor of it. And it's still like unsweet, but like has, the hint of
a little
vanilla with my cookie dough Chobani cream.
Yum.
Delicious.
That sounds like a really yummy concoction.
It's great. I feel like I'm gonna have to. I think it might be a seasonal item, so I'll have to. If you're
it's not like pumpkin. Cardamom, is that what the seasonal part?
Yeah. They put out like the limited edition. Like they're like, now we'll do peach.
It is fun. You gotta love a seasonal thing. That does sound really, really yummy. I've really been into coffee that has like hazelnut in it.
That's very
is that
appropriate.
seasonal?
I like that too.
Like a hint. Like I'm talking like hot coffee that's like hazelnut beans, or I don't know. I don't make it. I need to find like some Keurig pods that do that.
That reminds me of in college, I would go to Panera and get the hazelnut coffee. Like very like
so nostalgic.
Like, regular decaf hazelnut.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's because I discovered it in the Hamptons at Golden Pear, and they have like 10 different hot coffees, and one was hazelnut, and I was like, ooh, this good.
Pick your hot coffee
flavor. We got caramel, we got hazelnut, but it's like a hint of it. So wow, you guys I gotta go to Trader Joe's soon. I feel like, did you get your cinnamon brooms yet?
Of course. They're in lock, and now I have like the remnants of them. Oh, my Dyson journey, I cleaned the filters.
How'd it go? It worked
good as new.
Good, I'm so glad.
Yeah, I fear this is the problem with the Dyson like little cordless vacuums. Like, it's good until like you get one day and it starts acting funky and you're like, how do I fix this?
No, that noise on your story was triggering to me because mine did the ch-ch-ch. I'm like, please let me vacuum. Please. I have hairballs everywhere.
Yep. And I just rinse the filter out and it's good as new.
Oh, I'm so glad.
At least for a little bit, like temporarily.
Yeah. You only had yours 2 years. I had mine since like, I was going to say freshman year. It's my first year living here.
Freshman year. Yeah. It depends also how much you really use it into the ground, I guess, too. Apparently the cordless vacuums, like the battery life on them.
Well, it's the battery. You're supposed to keep it charging, I think, and I don't.
You're supposed to leave it charging?
That's what my dad said. Or like if you leave it just like uncharged for so long. But then I feel like some people say if you keep it charging for so long, it burns.
Maybe that's like with phones.
Maybe that's with phones but it's electronics. I don't know. You guys will let us know.
Yeah.
I always love to say, you guys will let us know.
Yeah, you guys will let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But life's good otherwise?
Yeah, I honestly the winter arc is related to like what I've unintentionally been getting up to. Like so I want to hear about your wedding weekend and the fun that you had in Georgia.
I'll keep it brief.
Please.
But I did let me keep it brief as I look at my list.
Yeah, you're like scroll.
Yes. No, we had a fabulous time. Went down to Georgia again for another wedding, and it was so fun. I went to the dry bar and just like had myself a whole little morning. I was so excited.
In Atlanta. You took Ryan's car.
Yeah, I took their car.
Yeah.
Went to,
Do cosplay as like Atlanta.
Of course. Suburban mom.
Yeah. It's kind of giving Pookie, honestly.
I literally think I was talking to you on the phone that morning.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I'm Pookie right now, honestly.
That's so her.
So
and
her.
then you get back in bed and Ryan brings you the
Yeah, I'm like, okay, bring me my Chick-fil-A. No, I didn't get that part. But I had the same situation where the girl said, wow, I keep finding more hair. Remember from when I was getting my hair? I'm like, I don't think I have that much hair. Like, she was just like, sorry, it's taking forever. Like, I keep finding more hair to curl. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like,
but don't you section it off and see all the hair?
Yeah.
Do you write extensions in the book? Some people don't, and then they try to sneaky get by. So you're honest.
No, I'm honest. I pay the extra money for the extensions to be styled. But she was like, sorry, I'm acting like it's like my first day. I'm like, oh, it's okay. But the hair, but
it turned out okay.
But it was just so I just
what do
like
you order?
cackled.
What's your order?
Well, now it's a new order. It's kind of like the Mai Tai, I guess. I haven't really done a lot of like blowout looks with the longer hair because I feel like it looks really good with like a little bit of shorter hair. I'm about to get my extensions bumped up, and I think that'll make my hair shorter. Because like my extensions are so like I've got like inches right now of like growth, which is good.
That's great then.
Yeah.
That Bondi boost is going to work.
We love you, Bondi boost. I fell down some stairs at a wedding.
Is your ankle okay?
My ankle is fine. My dad said I sprained it, but I'm like, I'm fine now. So, or it's this ankle. Sorry. I'm like, this
wrong ankle.
I'm like, oh, I'm faking it. No. It was really embarrassing. I wore these and I had just posted a TikTok.
Yeah, your Amazon heels.
Yes. They are so comfortable. And I hadn't even had a drink yet. It was like right after the ceremony, and me and my friend went up to go to the bathroom because it was in this like house thing, and they were like carpeted stairs, and I just made one wrong step and my shoe just went woo, and I fell down many stairs right after the ceremony. I mean, everyone's looking at me. It was so embarrassing. I got up. I'm like, I'm fine, and I kind of just shook it off. And then the icing on the cake was right at the end of the wedding before we were gonna like go to a bar. I like stepped in a ditch, and the same ankle moved again, and I was pretty drunk, so I like didn't really know. And then me and Ryan got back, and I was like, oh my God, I couldn't walk. Like I was limping, like I was actually limping. And so he made me put my feet in this ice bucket, and he was like, you have to do it. I was like, it's so cold. Like it was so impossible, but I think it did help. The next day at the airport, though, I was limping all around the airport. The day after was bad, but it only was a few days.
Gosh.
So, but the drama.
But now you're fine. You know, brace.
No, I did wear one the last 2 days, but I was like, I know when we
even
sit.
Yesterday?
No, I took it off. But I knew when we sit here, like you could like see your shin and everything. So I was like, but it feels fine. I was more so just wearing it for protection. Like
I was gonna say for attention.
Yeah, that's like the opposite. I was like, one time when we were in Miami, I fucking wore my knee brace and everyone's like, this girl wants attention. I'm like, do you think I want to be wearing this fucking?
It's like the trope. Typically.
It's such a trope.
Like you're because in like middle school, high school,
it was so cool
like,
if someone was injured.
Crutches,
I know. I'm like, I don't want to say I fell at a wedding. Like that's not cute. Yeah. Oh, I want to say a little perspective anecdote, if you will. So we were kind of running late to the wedding naturally. There's so much freaking
ceremony
traffic.
Or like what part
the ceremony,
of the wedding?
Like me, Ryan, and then 2 other people. And we like left with plenty of time, but Atlanta traffic is just Godspeed if you live in that area.
Yeah.
Like the traffic is so bad.
Worse than LA?
Same. I'd say same. And I think something was going on. Something's always going on there. But we were getting ready to be there, and we're like, oh God, like it was, I did not want to be late for a wedding. So anyways, we run right in, and we're just like, I felt so awkward. I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm not even looking at who's there. It was a really cool setup though. It was like a circle. Like we were all looking at each other, and they got married like right in the middle.
Oh, 360 stage.
360 stage outdoors. It was so.
Is outside?
Outside
oh,
under
lovely.
like these beautiful trees.
And it was a nice day.
Nice day. It was so beautiful, but it was like the circle. So now you just really all see each other. Anyways, when you're like running and you like don't want to look at anyone, you're flustered. Sat down. Anyways, I run into one of my friends later that night. She was like, I have to say, me and my friends were saying when you walked in, you looked so fabulous. And so like you guys just looked so cool when you walked in. And I was like, That is so funny because I felt so anxious and like weird, like
chaotic, like
chaotic.
You're like late and
yeah. So it's just a good reminder. Like you never know, maybe you appear differently to someone else.
That's a great perspective, and I'm sure you did. I'm sure I
had my sunglasses on, my black dress.
Yeah, you show up and you're in your Amazon heels and you strutted in.
Yeah, so that was.
Did you make it just in the grace of time, or like what?
There was like 5 more minutes.
Oh,
but when we got there, the whole bridal party was lined up. Like literally saw the groom. We're like, hey, like we were like, good job, good luck. He's like, run, go. We're like, fuck.
I feel like that feels like I'm seeing like the Broadway actor before the show.
Yes, it's like you're backstage. It's like illegal. It's like I can't see you.
Like you should be like in in method acting, like
it's like, oh my god, like let's talk later. Like I don't know you. And he was definitely making eye contact with us, but that was really
That's really funny.
I did have one other random story, just like quickly.
I love the wedding lore.
Well, there's no more wedding lore. I mean, it was just like a really fabulous wedding. We danced the night away. Like it was the DJ she had. If I were to ever get married in Georgia, which I don't think I would, but like I would use that DJ. Like you would love this DJ. It was like. There was definitely some John Summit Fred again in there mixed with like current.
It doesn't need to be the whole thing. It actually shouldn't be the whole thing. It should be a healthy mix because you also want to get grandma on the dance floor. Yes. You gotta get music for everybody.
Yes,
you know? And
I think a key is, and I texted this to Brooke. I would love to do an episode where we just like talk about things that we want in our weddings one day because like you learn things when you go to weddings. This wedding, it was a smaller dance floor, and that was the move because the dance floor was constantly packed. And I think it actually was, but it just felt even more packed.
And it feels like the dance floor is like lively.
Yes.
Because like it's kind of body on body, which you would think is not ideal, but it is ideal.
Yeah. So if you're like struggling, like just have them do less tiles, like less of a space.
Honestly, I would argue that for the entire venue. Smaller than bigger. Like I feel like the bigger venues, you look around and you're like, oh no, it's empty in here. Like it feels so spaced out and like awkward. But when it's everybody's.
Then you're just like talking to more people. It's not as like, you can't just like go away in the corner for a second. Like I feel like it's
that's
nice.
a great, wonderful DJ.
It's a wonderful DJ. Yeah.
Party.
So that's really it about the wedding. It was a fabulous wedding. Of course, my mom's calling me. Hi, Mom.
So speaking of your mom, we never updated on the hurricanes and everything. So
I feel so bad because it was like, oh, thank God it's over, and everyone's like, hello, and update,
like checking in. Yeah.
So we got so fortunate and so lucky. Like I feel so grateful because like the way the media was portraying and the way the weather was moving, like it was not looking good, and we got so lucky. The Helene honestly affected our house more than Milton. But that being said, we will have a ton of things in the description of different places that I donated, that a lot of people donated to, for like different organizations in the area that have helped out with people that were affected. Like there definitely were still people that got flooded. Like we did not even get flooded like an inch. I can't believe it.
That's so crazy.
Compared to the first one. Found out my mom's condo ended up getting a ton of water damage. They had to rip up a lot of their floors.
For the first one or the second one?
Oh, she didn't know until later. She did get damaged. So I like feel so bad. But like in perspective, like it's a lot better than it could have been. Like it was doomsday. I mean, the mayor was like, you will die. Like it was. So we feel really, really grateful. And we didn't have power for like a week, but like that's okay. My dad was like, I will take my cold showers because I guess the gas was off. I don't know. But
because I feel like there could be exploded. Like
yes,
there's so much. Did you see all the e-bikes catching on fire?
No.
That is like a fear, because I know, not to fear monger, but I'm a firefighter's daughter. Like,
of course.
Like the e-bikes, like if you leave it plugged in charging, well, they could. No matter what, like, you know when they say at the airport, like, take out anything that has a battery,
I never understood that.
It's always the battery, because some of these batteries, like, just explode. Like, it's like it's known.
No matter if they're in the air
no matter where they are, but if they explode in the air, obviously, and they're under the plane, like, that's way worse, because they're just temperamental, and they're just like, some of them, like, they short circuit, and they just, if you think about it, I'm surprised it doesn't happen more.
Yeah.
But with the e-bike batteries, obviously we don't want that to happen, knock on wood. You know what I mean?
Soon.
No, not on like just in general.
Yeah.
Like, everything has a battery. Like, it's like, I don't know.
So it was the bike's batteries.
The e-bike batteries, like when they catch on fire, they create really bad like electrical, whatever. But or if you just like leave it plugged in, like if you have an e-bike, like a lot of people will just like leave it plugged in, but it takes a lot of power. Like if you think about it, to charge
it needs a lot of power.
So just be careful with your chargers this season, I guess. Like anything that's like really big, like we're talking about like unplugging things.
Like Teslas maybe, if you're charging.
Oh my God, I don't even know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about the cars. All I know is that I was always like a unplug stuff.
Yeah,
household.
unplug before you go. Yeah, do you like unplug your TV if you're leaving for a long
No,
time?
I actually don't do that. Maybe should I be doing that?
I don't know. Ask your dad. I do. If I'm leaving like for like 2 weeks,
Okay.
which I don't think you
I know,
don't really
I'm
leave
like, I
your.
really don't do that.
No, because if you go home, it's easy.
I am like,
So I don't do if I leave for a week. It's like 2 weeks on.
gotcha.
It's like for
and you
holidays.
unplug like everything. I mean, I like if I
Unplug
have like, my
everything I
toaster, I
can.
unplug. Like
Yeah.
that sort of stuff.
The TV is definitely. I don't know. Honestly, though, this TV, it's kind of in there. Like it was always easy for me. I don't know.
So anyway, I'm glad that everybody's okay.
Yeah,
so back
thank
to
you.
the
That's so
hurricane
nice.
Stuff. We'll leave the links. And yeah, hopefully that's it. Can that be it for the freaking hurricane season?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
like
it's over end of October or November. I don't know. Hurricane season
Yeah.
technically, but we need it to be over. Okay. Winter arc.
winter arc.
Yeah.
Yeah. In doing research for this episode, because Danielle was like, I'm hearing a lot about the like winter arc. And I
You
was
had
like,
heard
"Right."
about it though.
I
right?
had heard, like, I had seen like POV, you're in your winter arc, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like,
And well, I've
scrolling it.
seen you're like on your workout grind again. So
Yeah.
I thought this was perfect timing to chat.
Totally. So if you search what is winter arc, because that's what I put on TikTok.
Yeah.
People say it's a mix. Some of them are wonderful, like people being like, time to get inspired, and some are like men that are like, no socialization. You're locked in. You're focused on.
Oh, like
no
hibernating
girls,
vibes.
like
It's like they took it
like
for heart.
our brothers when they're in their toxic.
Literally, yes.
Because I think it was like a gym term for a while. Like it was very like
Oh. It was, I
like-
see, like we're bulking in
Yes,
winter. Oh my
yes.
God, that's funny.
Yeah. But it says the winter arc is a time when this is like the OG, when every man must face the mental and physical challenges of winter.
Oh my
A time to put your head down and get things done.
Wow. I love it.
That was on like a gym website or something that I looked
Oh
at.
my
And I was like, join our gym, winter arc.
Oh, I didn't know that this was like the verbiage they use. That's really funny. It's kind of like October 1st is the new January 1st.
Yeah.
Is like what the winter arc is supposed to, because it's obviously not winter yet, but the goal is that, you're spending these months during the holidays, and by January 1st, you're already in lock.
Mhm.
You're already ready to go. And you're in
Yeah.
your routine already. You don't have to start.
Which is because they say that most people go to the gym on like
January 2nd, 1st, whatever.
that day, which is true. I mean,
I'm
I
definitely
love
that
first
person.
year. I mean, yeah,
Not on the 1st.
no, too hungover on the first.
No, too hungover, but maybe
Yeah.
the 2nd or the 3rd when you're like, all right, let me get my shit together.
Yeah, then you're like,
But I really liked this idea, and I thought it was fun for both of us to, get into it, because it can be like, I too have been like out of my workout grind. A lot of it for me has to do with travel. It's like, for some reason, if I am any sort of out of my routine, I drop it all. It's like, oh, I'm not in New York. I'm going to not eat good and not work out. It's like, at some point I had this realization with myself, like, I travel a lot, and like we're about to go on tour. It's like you can't just be like, oh, I'm on vacation. Like you have to eat, like put good things into your body, like get some movement in, however that looks for you. And that was a realization I've had with myself recently.
I get that. And we're so fortunate that like our job is a lot on
It's
the go, but
amazing.
it's like too much on the go to
Yeah.
not think that way, or to be
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm on vacation, whatever, it doesn't count. It's like life is like
Yeah. And like, I don't want to sound complainy. It's a really great thing, but we have so many friends that come and visit in New York, and then they want to go to dinner. They want, this is their time to be so excited to try out these new places. And I'm like, I've had to have this moment of like, all right, how do I like do this and like balance it? And I'm trying I was like, okay, maybe I can have like a little food before, or like something like more health. Like basically I'm just like having all these realizations about my health. Like it's just a lot,
Yeah, it's a lot at once, but that's why we break it up into pieces. I think, and like do it like realistically,
Like,
and,
how can we-
more attainable.
Yeah.
So
what do you
that's
got?
what I spent this past weekend doing. Like I didn't even know about the winter arc term, but I had one of those weekends where I like literally, I needed it. I needed a weekend with no plans, and I
Yes.
needed to like catch up.
Yes, catch up.
Catch
is
up and
needed.
mustard. Like
Yes.
truly. But actually, while I was coming off of the tail end of having my organizers come and help me organize.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't need to be organizers coming, but like, the clean out day, my God, it feels so good.
Just like having a clean apartment, then you're like, okay, now I can go forward with my life. Like I don't know why that is.
And switching to like the winter stuff, putting
Yes.
that in front if you live in a seasonal climate.
Oh, is that what you did when they were there?
Yes, I switched everything up, and I, really said this doesn't really work. This like organizational system doesn't work for me. Like, what can we do to adjust here?
Yeah,
You know?
once you lived
like,
with it for a little and you were like,
Mhm.
all right, I need these sweaters closer to the front, whatever. it may be.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I could use hooks here, like a back of the
Yeah.
door organizer, just like trying to find more spaces so I have less clutter.
Yeah,
I
like
guess.
making it the most useful for your life.
Yeah, a little practical.
Yeah, a little practicality.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I feel like I did that, and that also with reorganizing, it reminded me of what like kitchen tools and like gadgets I
Oh,
have
that's
in
fun.
the kitchen, which I feel like it re-inspired me in a way too. Or even just looking at my pantry and just being like, wow, I have so much here
Yeah, I
to
have
work
these
with.
things I can cook with.
Mhm.
That's so true.
So maybe if
Shop
you
in
wanna
your own
give
kitchen.
yourself a little. It's fun if you have the luxury of like being. I know a lot of people like I can't even imagine if you have kids like there's no such thing as a free weekend
No,
at all. So
no.
that's why I love having this time.
Yeah, leaning in while you can. Yeah.
And I know we're about to get busy with tour and everything, and
I know. We're trying to like set ourselves up for success. Maybe we can like have a buddy system where most of the places we go to, we like go walk on the treadmill or
I'm
something.
aligned.
Or
Yeah,
I think that would be a good push. Or like obviously if there's a Soul Cycle there or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like. But and we definitely did do that last time
For
we
sure.
were on tour. But we could be like accountability partners for each other.
I feel like it helps. I notice a significant difference in like my mood and like just like how confident and stuff you
Definitely.
feel when you're like on it.
Yeah, I've been really trying to. I was just telling you this before, and you were telling me this about Ben. Like, waking up early is easy if you go to bed earlier. And I'm not saying I can't go to bed. I'm like having trouble with the going to bed early part. But the waking up early is so hard at first when your eyes first open. But reminding yourself, like once you're literally standing up and like doing one thing, you forget about it. So you have to remind yourself when your eyes open, like I'm gonna feel so good in about 5 minutes. Like just get out of bed. Get it. Like you have to scream at yourself. That's the hardest part. Do you have any methods for when you get out of bed, or it's just
No, it's really hard because I also take melatonin. So like I'm like
Yeah.
groggy. Like I definitely am like a little like it takes me, probably 10
Yeah.
to 15 minutes to like be like, oh, I'm
like
up,
I'm
you
back
know?
in civilization.
Yeah,
Totally.
But having something obviously on your calendar is good.
Yeah.
Like it's if you have a workout class or if you have
I know.
something that you're like, I have to do this at this time. Maybe it's breakfast. Like I don't know what it could be for you, but I feel like that's how most people, or I mean, most people do it because like they have work early or something.
Right.
But I would think of it the other way. Like you want to get up early so you have an hour to yourself before you have to work or something
Yes.
or whatever it is. Like
You don't
knowing
wanna
that that's
dive
like
right into it.
I saw you did Cody Rigsby and he kind of said the same thing.
Yeah.
On AM Uncovered, he said, I want like, and I related to that. Like you want to have your solitude moments, so you have to wake
Yeah.
up earlier then to do that.
Yeah, you literally like if you want to have even 30 minutes just to sit and drink your
Mhm.
coffee, which is so important to both of us. I feel like to like have your coffee, go to the bathroom. Like if
Totally.
you want that, like you'll just feel so disheveled the rest of the day. Have you seen this trend like spending that extra 10 minutes so the extra 10 hours of my day? Like I feel
Actually,
like that's really
me
good.
getting ready. I'm like, I don't care if it takes a while for me to get
I
ready.
feel like I
Like,
literally thought of you, not
Yeah.
even when you take a long time to get ready. Like I feel like you'll like put on a little makeup every day,
yeah,
and it like you just like feel so much better, and you like
For
look
sure.
so presentable, and like you like how your content looks or whatever it may be.
yeah. I just like the way I show up in the world better, just knowing that like
Yeah.
especially like when my skin's not great and stuff, like,
Mhm.
I'm like, I feel more confident when I wear
Yeah.
a little concealer and like, just for me, not for any reason or like,
Definitely.
it's just, I feel like I feel more confident
Oh,
when put
yeah.
together.
And
I
a little
guess.
self tan. Never
Oh,
hurt
that
nobody.
too. I just, actually did that before I watched Tell Me Lies this
Really?
morning.
It's already
Yes.
loading. It looks
It's,
so good.
yeah, I did the Express 2-hour.
Wow. Which
I know that.
what do you use
Loving
these
Tan.
days? Loving Tan. I used the Tan Luxe Paris Hilton one, and I got a streak, as you can kind of still see it. But then I just did it again, and within a few hours, it developed and like made the streak kind of go away. I was really happy
Oh,
with
it looks
it.
great. I
Um,
feel like that's a
but
good
I'm not
color.
good. I'm not good at self tan, but I'm trying. That's
You
why I'm
keep
wearing a
trying
turtleneck.
and you get better.
Yeah. That's
I also have some other things that I wrote
Okay.
down. What else did I do? Oh yeah, so we on the like going to bed early note.
yeah. What you got?
Wow. I mean, I haven't been the best, but I will say like even yesterday, like I still went to bed before like 10:30.
That's so impressive.
I know, isn't that crazy?
And we like were out last night, like
Yeah, we had social.
an event.
I find it hard to do when I have social
Yeah.
events at night
because you need more time to unwind. and-
Sometimes we're out of the social thing until 10:30.
Yeah, we got home. I was home by 8:30 last night.
Yeah,
Which was crazy.
great.
Yeah.
that was a good time.
Yeah, that was perfect.
It's not feasible for every day, but like, it feels so good. I have to say, like, when you're on a routine of doing it and being like, wow, I'm tired. Like, I could go to bed. Because I feel like a lot of the times I would stay up till midnight or like 1 even. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, I'm not tired.
I'm
Like,
not
I don't
tired.
know. Like, I could
Yeah.
do something else. It's like, what are you doing at midnight?
Yeah, like nothing
Like,
good
fucking
happens after
around.
11 p.m. So
Yeah. Not that I was like doing anything wrong, but it's like, I'd rather have that 1 hour in my daytime
Yeah.
versus in my.
definitely.
Yeah.
There's something so elite about being so up so early in the morning. And I think you're right. I think like if I get in the habit of just like waking up early, then you're just tired. Like this morning I woke up at 6:30 and I'm tired. Like
Yeah.
I don't think I plan to like go out tonight. So like maybe I'll try and go to bed early.
It's hard though to balance that with the weekends. I will say.
Yeah.
I feel like some people are so disciplined. Like during the week, they wake up at like 5 or 6, but then they could stay out late on the weekend. Like, how does your body just bounce back?
I don't know.
But
I'm just kind of always at the same like thing.
consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
get
it's
that.
definitely
I get
an
that.
elite feeling.
Yeah. And then working out, I will say the thing that changed for me, like I legitimately, guys, like went like months without like doing anything. I mean, I'd walk, but like not
Yeah.
even like for the purpose of walk to work out, walk to like run my errands or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Honestly, we took a workout class with Melissa Wood Health at Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Beyond Yoga like event, and it was like she led a class, and I felt so sore the next day, and the day after that even, and I was like, wow, I missed that.
That's humbling. You're like, oh God.
Mm-hmm. And even during the workout, like, you know, if it was like a plank and I was like, wow, I can't hold it anymore, like physically, like I, you know, went to my knees or whatever.
Oh,
it
I
was.
do that all the time. Yeah.
But I was telling myself, instead of being, I've been in like the more negative place where I'm like, oh, like I suck, like this is so hard. But because I've gotten to that place of strength at this point in the past, like I know that I have it in me. And I'm like, I can get back there. I just have to give myself the time.
I love that. It's like, I know I can do this. Let me
Mhm.
just like get back to it. Cause you felt that before where you felt so
Exactly.
strong and so amazing. That's a good reminder. I like that. Cause I was definitely humbled the other day at this Pilates class I went to. It was like a private. So like you can't like cheat. Like,
no cheating
when it's you
one-on-one.
oh my God. Well, it was me and one other person. And I was like I literally, my friend Cass brought me. And I felt like I embarrassed her. I was that, like the core was so hard. I was making so many noises. Like, oh, like I took so many breaks. And I was like, Danielle, like if you had stuck with Pilates, like I've just been off my Pilates grind like 2 months ago or like a few months ago, it would have been fine. But that's a really good thing to be like,
and you can't get upset about it because you're there now. So what are you gonna do? Like sit and cry about?
No,
like, no,
exactly.
like,
It's like, and you know you've been at that point before.
Exactly.
So it's like, and even if you don't know that you've been at that point before, like you can get there and it's like, all right, this is tough. I'm sore. I can like make this better.
Yeah.
Like there's a way to make that better. And that's wow, I really like that.
I know. Well, I think you have to prove it to yourself the first time because then you can go back to it. Like for the longest time, I did not have that backlog of like information on myself.
Right.
So
You
I
might
was
not
just
always...
like, I'll never like, I just am not athletic. I'm not a strong person. I'm not whatever. But then when you can't, you know, and trust me, if I could do it, you could do it. Because I really, I'll tell you that
you've
much.
been going a soul cycle. That's amazing.
I just woke up and then after that, I was like, look, this is it. Like
you just have to keep it going.
This is where the week where the excuses end. And I will say for a while I was getting settled in the new space, in the new neighborhood, and whatever, you know, moving in with my boyfriend, you know. But I'm like,
I know.
How many excuses are there? There's a gym in my building. Like there literally is nothing. Like I'm out of excuses.
No, I'll think about like my friends that work in an office and they get up at 6 a.m. to go to the gym and then go. I'm like, I can fucking do it. If they can do it and then go work hours like in an office, like they can't like leave on their lunch break to go. I'm like, I can make it work somewhere. And it's a really humbling thing when you have that. But then there's like, it's always so rewarding. Like after a couple months, like you really just feel so good. And like that feeling, like when you're like, I feel strong. Like I remember when you started going to Core Power and Soul Cycle, you're like, I just feel so strong.
When you're able to like keep up with the moves and stuff and you're like, wow, this is amazing. Like no modifications over. No, I still would take the modifications.
I will always be modification.
No, completely. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just so we're clear. But it's amazing feeling yourself be like, wow, I wasn't able to hit this pace 2 weeks ago or whatever. So almost like doing it for that reason, like as a
to get your own PR. Whatever.
Personal record.
Yeah.
So let that be your thing. Maybe start slow with something and then I don't know. I talked to my therapist then about it too, because it was like before I had gone back to working out, I was like, I just feel so unmotivated, this, and she was like, try new classes. Like, of course, it's like that sort of advice, which is great. And that did lead me to like say yes to some workouts that like I might not have normally said yes to.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You never do that.
I'm not an influencer.
You work out, but you don't usually do
girly.
influencer workouts. Yeah.
But I did it, and I knew how proud I'd be of myself after.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Like I was like, after that, I'm gonna be unstoppable.
And did you feel unstoppable?
Truly.
Aw.
The feeling after, like when you get home and you shower and you're like, I already did my workout. Like that's next level.
I think that's where I'm not making excuses, but that's where I lose it. Is I really prefer to work out in the morning, and if I have to wake up at 8 a.m. to go do something, like you really have to wake up early.
Yeah, you have to wake up.
So you have to decide if that's your journey, or if not. Like the other day, I really didn't want to work out in the morning. I said, Danielle, I literally put on my calendar, you better work out later this afternoon. So I like went to the treadmill, and I was really proud of myself though, because in the evening, sometimes you can get like in that, 2 p.m. slump or whatever, 4 p.m. slump. Like, when's your slump?
But it's probably about that too, I would say.
Yeah, 4 p.m. for me is slump central.
Yeah, 4 p.m. I feel like it's giving end of the day. Like,
It's giving end of the night.
I know, and I used to do evening workouts too, and I'm like, I don't know how I did that, because I feel like it's hard to be motivated at the end of the day.
It's so easy to cancel.
That's what I'm saying. The cancel.
Yeah. And you don't have your makeup on yet. Like, like in the morning.
Exactly. It just makes more sense with the getting ready, like routine and process, and like
But it's whenever's best for you.
Totally,
like some
totally.
People, yeah. So
I see how burning off the day, like being like, oh, what a stress relief thing. I totally get that. Also, that's what I'm telling myself with the mental health of the working out. I'm like, this is a message to myself, by the way. I'm not perfect. I worked out like 4 times this week. I'm like,
that's amazing.
Pro.
4 times.
That's
amazing.
Wow, really? Thanks. We'll soul cycle twice.
That's like my goal.
Okay, 3. And then
a long walk can be 1.
Yeah. Well, it depends when did we say the week started? Because I did a long walk Sunday, and then I did 2 soul cycle classes, and then that workout class with it.
The calendar, I think, like if you look at a calendar, it's on Sunday. So
yeah.
You should be really proud. That's awesome.
Wow.
And like looking back and being like, oh, I did that. I'm gonna do it again. Like you have to have that like
the stamina of like kind of doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like the thing that I like about this winter art concept though is that because last year I got the winter blues real bad. Like I was just down bad.
Yes.
This beginning of this year. So I feel like by doing these things now, I'm like setting myself up for a routine that I
preventative.
Hopefully won't be like, yeah,
I love that. That's also a good inspiration. Like by the time winter comes around, you're like, I'm in my routine. Like I'm so happy. Serotonin's flying off me.
Exactly. Like it doesn't even matter. Like I'm good.
Literally
I'm
fine. Not even bothered by the 4 p.m. darkness. Like it's fine.
I feel like you're in your cooking era.
Oh yeah. I'm making.
Do you feel like that? I feel like they go hand in hand. Like the workout plus the cook. Like because you start working out and you're like, I'm not gonna get McDonald's.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna just put shit into my body now. Yeah, I'm trying. I really going to this health. I started going to like a doctor that also you get like a health coach with it, and that's
Do
really
they give you
motivated.
A meal plan?
Not particularly. I mean, I'm sure I could like pay more and like do that, but like this
next
was just,
level.
Yeah, this was more so like I've always like I feel like you either eat for like if you want to lose weight, which obviously like I would love to, but it's more so like when I got my blood test results back and everything, it's like looking at like literally health wise, that is what has motivated me the most. Like I don't want to have diabetes one day. Like it runs in my family, like stuff like that. It's very motivating. So I think that's been really helpful for me. So if you're like in this struggle of, maybe I should go to the doctor and like just get my labs done, or like, I haven't gone and like seen someone in a while, like let me be the one to tell you, like I haven't done it in so long, and I was so happy I did because there were some levels that were definitely off, and I was like, oh my God, now I have something tangible. It's not like people telling you, oh, you gotta start eating more of this. Like, no, I have tangible like results that showed me like if you do this in 6 months, let's look again. And I'm really hoping that these changes I'm making and things that I'm doing and supplements I'm taking, like all these things will really change, and then that'll hopefully propel me even further to be like, oh, it's working,
Is it vitamin D? Do you have
No, I take vitamin D already.
Oh, so that's fine.
Yeah, it's just my cholesterol levels, which was expected because it's in my family, but it just like sucks.
But that's great that you're like health motivated versus like, and everyone has different motivations. I know people get so upset whenever I feel like the weight loss thing is mentioned. Like people are like, oh, it's not like, but everybody's different goals.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, it's more so just about like at the end of the day, everyone wants to just be healthy.
That's
where I'm going with it. Like, and working out goes with that. Like just like internally healthy, like because everyone looks different, feels different, but it's like
so right.
What's on the inside that's going on that's like fueling your life. Like literally, I want to live a long time.
Yeah.
I know you do too.
I feel like fit is the word for me. Like that's what I want. Like I want to be like in shape. I mean, if it's physical, would love that too.
Would love the physicality benefits.
A little definition wouldn't kill me.
Won't stop you there.
More so like I want to be able to do a workout, keep up.
Yeah, or like walk up a flight of stairs.
Yeah,
Like,
not get winded.
yep, that coming up the subway.
Oh
Fuck me. I'm like, damn.
I know. That'll humble anybody though. You got your heavy stuff and you're like,
Yeah, who was I with? Oh, I won't say who it was, but I was with someone who literally works out every single day, and we were going upstairs, and I noticed she was winded too, and I felt so much better. I was like, all right, so you know what? Maybe we all just get winded.
We're all
walking up the
winded.
stairs. We're all winded.
we're all winded around here. Yeah.
It's definitely like it was comforting,
No.
though, for sure. But anywho,
I'm back on. I'm not like so in my cooking, like whatever, but like I feel like I got back to that because I was just we were doing like legitimate. I mean, I will confess, it's killing me. We were doing like like every meal, like Ben would come home from work and I would be like, okay, like let's fire up the apps. Like, what are we getting? What are we ordering?
yeah,
For months and months and months,
Yeah.
and like that's my fault. I feel like I taught him that bad pattern because he was never like an Uber Eats person before me. And then I was like, oh. Look at this.
You're like,
amazing
look at this
thing.
amazing. I think you showed me Uber Eats basically. I mean, I knew what it was, but
no. And I was like, today, like it changes,
Yeah.
And not just me. I mean, I feel like it was like the collective
joint,
between,
yeah.
yeah. And we're like,
were we buying groceries this week?
yes,
Yeah.
and we're like done with the excuses of the like I don't have. I mean, to be fair, like I feel like a little more time like did free up for me at least. So that's like also
Time.
why.
I'm sorry. When like time definitely affects cooking. Like you need time. I'm sorry, you do. I won't like. That's true.
Well, I'm also not good at cooking. Like I need if
you
a
need
recipe says an
time.
hour, it's taking me an hour and a half.
Yes,
I'm gonna be for
for
real.
sure.
Like it takes
Me
me
too.
a while.
Yes.
You know?
It's not that easy.
And I feel like I feel like that time is for like a seasoned cook. Like
yeah,
someone
they, like
that
sprinkle of time.
I know, like they
oregano,
cut so like it takes me a while to chop and really think
chopping
about
in
it
general.
because I'm not the best at like I'm working on my knife skills. What can I
Yes.
say? We're working on it.
Yeah, Brooke is learning. I am too. Like it's so hard. But I feel like it's nice when you get down like your meals. Like I have a few go-to meals that I think are really nice when you're like, I'm sure you do too, where it's like, I know I can cook this pretty fast. I know I like it and it works and it's pretty nutritious. So
That's great.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
important.
We like froze some like Ben made like a homemade like pasta sauce that like had like seeds and like
Yum.
nuts in it and like froze it into I mean this is like next level but just so we're clear
A
like
pasta sauce with seeds and nuts.
like it was like a pesto but like like
Okay.
and like
No,
with,
no.
instead of like because I'm allergic
I was
to
gonna
pine
say.
nuts he used sunflower seeds and like whatever
Oh, that's really
I know.
sweet.
and then he froze it into like ice cube trays so now he is like when he's like home from
Like a
a long
quick
day
meal.
and he's like oh I can have like a healthy pasta with like my
That's so cool.
I know I'm like wow these are the
Meal prep.
things that are
Yeah, like you just thought of that. That's crazy. Wow,
Next
I love
level.
that.
I know. So
Wow.
like just like little things like that. I'm not saying that I won't eat out. I mean, we're so blessed. Like we have so many amazing opportunities to like try new restaurants and like
I
do all these
know.
things. And we should. I feel like that's such an important part of life is like
Yeah,
doing
not
all of
stopping.
that.
Yeah.
But
Just
then it's
in-
like my thing is if I'm home, then I don't need to be ordering chicken fingers and fries. I can save
Right.
that for Friday night when I'm going out.
right.
That's like my like logic with it. I'm
Rather
like,
than
that's-
like, oh, I'm
yeah.
gonna treat myself tonight. Well, okay, you treated yourself yesterday, Danielle. Like
Yes,
stuff like
I
that.
know.
I love that.
But-
Winter arc. The gals are entering their winter
I
arc.
know.
Hopefully you
I
guys found this inspirational, motivational. Let's all I don't know how you say it. It's like we're entering our winter arc. We're in the winter arc. This is the winter like
Embracing our winter arc.
Embracing
and
our winter arc.
entering
I don't know the
our
verbiage.
winter arc like plan like
winter arc plan, our goals.
yeah that's
It'll probably be whatever
yeah,
the title is. So you guys will know once we
I
figured
know.
it out.
I feel like this is the time to set up a good routine.
Yes. I really like this idea a lot. I think it's a great way to get ahead and like
Yeah.
so you don't because I feel like sometimes I'm like, all right, it's the holidays. Let it all
I
go.
know. And it's like I'm not eating sugar cookies every day.
No,
Like,
it's like I'm not a Mrs.
yeah.
Claus over here. Like we can definitely still have some broccoli every now and
For
then.
sure.
Like
I
it's
know.
so
I'm like,
true.
you're just giving it up. This.
Yeah, giving it up. No. Well, we hope to see you guys on tour. We're so excited to start off in Philly next month. Like it's gonna be so much fun. Get your tickets now. We love you guys so much.
Yeah. And everything will be in the description of the
Yes.
episode. Give this video a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe. Give us 5 stars if you're feeling generous.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.